Okay. Okay, let me speak with you for a minute. Huh? Okay, how are we doing? Okay, thank you.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
I have been following your pointings, and I am experiencing freedom and a lot of joy. But there is something that keeps, it's like a magnetic pull, and it is around my daughter. It's like this, and I asked you yesterday to talk about forgiving oneself, because I struggle with that. And it's a very strong belief that I need for my daughter to forgive me in order for me to have peace. And because I've made mistakes. And, you know, you were talking yesterday about Christ saying, you know, there is evil in this world, and there is going to be evil in this world, and woe to the one that brings that evil.
Through whom it comes, yes.
Yeah, from whom it comes. And you know what, I have done some mean things, but I don't consider myself evil.
Yeah.
And, but, you know, that is a source of friction for me, this forgiving myself, regardless of what how my daughter feels towards me.
Yes, yes.
So I need help with that.
Yes, yes. It is good that we can acknowledge that, you know, in spite of all your efforts, none of us can avoid messing up. It's good. It's humbling, you know. And no one should be so hard against another one. As in the story I told you before, no, that in one story from the Bible also, that it said that a woman came running and fell at the feet of Jesus, followed by a whole group of people wishing to stone her to death. And the master asked them, "For what do you do this?" You know, and she has asked for him, "Please, please save me. For what do you do this?" And they said, "Because she's committed adultery, and this is punishable by being stoned to death." And Jesus says, "Okay, very good. Let the one without sin throw the first stone." Okay? You are one to take her life for sin in your eyes. She committed sin. Then let the one who is without sin amongst you throw the first stone. So they had to one by one start to look now. Because none of them could raise their hand, because their neighbor says, "George, you! No, you are," you see? No, this is better. None of them was clean enough. Who is the one without sin? Then, okay, you throw the first stone. Because the one without sin also would not throw a stone. It's the one with the sin that throws a stone. Let the one who is free of sin throw the first stone. So, don't be hard on yourself. Also, errors have to be made. We have to do foolish things while we're in the state and the mode of personhood. We can't help it. It goes together. It's a package deal. If you are going to be a person, you are going to make trouble for yourself and for everybody. You know? You see? So, you know, I used to say things like this, you know, if you do the world a favor, disappear, something like this. Which means disappear from your person. Then everything will be fine. You'll be very happy if you disappear from your person disappear. So this thing also can be, there's some people who have an overdose of, you know, of guilt. You know, even you say, okay, forget about it, you know, of course, you know, I mean, you know, God is not some judge going, I'm not going to forgive you. You know, yeah, her I forgive, but you? No, I don't forgive. You see, so it's something, even this forgiving thing, it is good that you've come to a higher place of seeing. And if you can go to someone and say, you know, sister, brother, look, I'm so sorry. You know, there was a while ago, but this happened, but, you know, you said something and I took a lot of offense from it. And since then, I've allowed it to ferment inside my heart. And I developed such negative feelings towards you so unfairly because I see that you're not this person. But my mind wouldn't let it go. But today I fall at your feet. Please forgive me of this. Please forgive me of this. And the person may say, but I don't remember any of this stuff. Yeah, okay, but still forgive me. Please forgive me. Okay, man, I forgive you, man. It's okay, thank you. It's good. Feels light, feels good.
I have apologized to my daughter, but
Yeah.
she will not speak to me, so
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
more of a challenge, I guess you could say.
You expect your parents to be perfect, your children to be perfect, everybody, you see. We expect to be perfect, and it's a kind of play that children, parents play together, this type of thing. They'll forgive everybody else, but mom, no, not forgive her. You see?
4 years.
For a year,
4
yeah.
years of this.
People, this is what I'm saying. The ego state is a very, very funny guy. He's very funny. I tell you one time, I was watching a program. It's called Neighbors from Hell. I love these programs. I mean, so how it goes is like these two people go to court. They're in court. This is true now. It's documentary. They go to court because they moved the place, they moved to a place, they're friends, and they moved, their families moved together, they moved to live next to each other. They get on very well. The children, wives, husband, everybody get on well. But then one of them started to plant these let's say eucalyptus, I don't know, it was trees, no, because they grow very fast, to kind of block out the sun. But then gradually the other friend came and said, listen, your trees are growing so fast, it's blocking out our light as well. Can we cut them? And he says, no, I don't want to cut them. I like how they grow. And he says, no, but you're taking out light. And he says, yeah, but only for certain parts of the day. He said, but you don't have the right to do this, you should, And so this argument starts something like this, no? And then after a while it gets really bad, and then he told his kids, don't play with them kids. And then the wives also don't talk to each other and all this kind of stuff. And it just becomes, what is that? Our wars are started, I guess, So anyhow, now one of them decided to take the other one to court. And they're in court, and then they ask him, okay, what is your grievance? What is the thing? And he's reading out the grievance, talking about the grievance, but he's kept looking down like this, It turned out he couldn't remember what the whole thing started about. He couldn't remember. He just remembered that they don't like each other. So what he had to do the night before, he wrote down all the things in his hand, because by his own natural memory he couldn't remember. It wasn't making sense. So he had to construct all this stuff. And what are you doing? And he said he's reading because he can't remember. So the thing doesn't really exist really in him. But he just remember, I'm not supposed to like you. Can you imagine? You go to a party and the same friend is telling a joke and you naturally laugh and then you remember, oh no, I don't. How much trouble you cause for yourself because of holding on to this thing. And people, they behave like this. Sometimes for years and years and years, the families, they don't speak over some stupid thing. This is ego. It would never happen in the place of the awakened mind. You see, there's such a joy to correct things and to put it right. Even if somehow, you're so generous, something so generous. Okay, I take the blame for that, okay? I take the blame for that. Come on, give me the punch. Okay, all right. You feel better? Yes, okay, good. That's nice. Even if it comes to this. But if you find someone, you see that, they're holding out, then you just have to leave them. Sometimes, the mother ego, the daughter ego, the father ego, whatever, it brings in extra stubbornness, like, you've got to play a certain role or something. And sometimes the best thing to do is just leave them alone, get on with your life, There's no real judgment against. It's just leave it. Don't worry about it. You can't just keep. Sometimes people, they thrive on seeing you can't apologize enough. And still they listen to all your apologies, you cry your guts out and beg a pardon, and they still go, no. And who is doing it? Who is doing it? You know who is doing it? You know who is doing it? It's the play of light and darkness. It's not the person. The person actually is just a shape that the play of light and darkness play through. And we have to learn from it. You have to learn from it. You see, the more you come to your natural state, you're not carrying this. You see, even if you did something that you came to see years later was not good, you caused offense or hurt or something, and now you can't find the person. If they're gone or if they're even alive. It's not too late. You can still speak to their spirit, say, "Look, please forgive me. And, I said this, you may not remember, but I remember. And if I've committed any sin against you, if I hurt you in any way like this, please forgive me. Let us live again like this." You see? It's wonderful. You've done your part. What more you can do? You see?
Thank you.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too. It's just play. You know the thing what they call, what is Akipa? Which is the one who is a masochist? The one who like to do something? The one who like to get the hurt. And the one who want to give the hurt is called? The sadist, okay. So the masochist say to the sadist, "Hurt me." And the sadist says, "No." Don't think too much about it. Okay? Yeah. Fine.
Hello, Mooji. It's been about 13 months or something like that I've known you on YouTube. And I've been struggling for 13 months with this thing of easiness, trying to, and doing many times the invitation, and never could get it. And something happened this time around. I came, and it felt almost like a little glimpse of that. Mm-hmm. And again, I was desperate. I didn't know what to do. So is this because of my mind, or was it because of my attachments? I didn't know exactly. Mm-hmm. And I remember you telling me in Zima the story about you are that, but you have to. I said, I want to come. Oh yeah, you go to Odemira and so on, and so you come back and you say, oh, I know this place. So I kept on pondering about that. What is it that I know that I actually deny? Actually, I'm kind of not recognizing, and. I'm asking that because I was continuously waiting for some kind of a flash of a kind of a fireworks that I've had some other experience before, very powerful with you, and they were like this, a bit like, wow. But this time I felt like, okay, I'm going to get that this way, and I'm waiting for that. But then this morning I was so angry, so desperate, I was so... I was at the end of it. I said, I don't know what to do. What's next? I have to ask Mooji, what next? Mm-hmm. And this morning, something happened. I became very upset in a certain way, kind of. And I decided, well, who's boss here? What's my reality? My reality is I am the awareness. Yeah. All the time I've been awareness. Yeah. But something wanted to deny that inside. Yeah. And I was believing that. Yes. Based on the fact it should come with a fireworks. Yes. And so it's a bit like then something inside of me said, well, Mooji talked about there's another place inside of you, part of the mind maybe, who's actually more wise, or actually more in the service of the isness, or in the service of the, he can demount from the noise of the mind.
Yeah.
So I can use that to find out who I really am. And I found out, well, I know. I've always been the awareness. I don't know of any other moment in my life where I haven't been awareness, but I didn't call it this way. And in this moment, something kind of demounted. I was in a way like talking about demount.
Yeah.
So I demounted, and I felt, wow. It was a feeling of being more in myself.
Yes.
More centered, more, yeah. And you were just saying this morning, it was not by force, and so I felt like, I don't know if I did that by force actually, it was more like I just demounted and I said, I'm not having that nonsense anymore.
Yeah. It is good. You dismounted, in a sense I dismounted, and please listen on this now, because something dismounted from that. No? But the one who dismounted, did it lose its identity as something personal? Did you dismount as, wow, I gave that up, wow, that's really good. So even if we felt, I won't do this again, and that's something also, there are in some cases that people, do you see something, it's so painful, and something changed its mind about it, okay? And then the life changed course also. But there's still a subtle sense of a person who did that, and a person who has to keep on remembering not to do that again or something. Whereas, where I'm speaking from is that even the sense of the one who dismounted, who didn't follow through, this kind of dismounted also. In a deeper awareness, that one also can be seen. Please, if you want me to repeat, I will repeat it. So there was a time we're feeling, who is boss here, And my mind is, and something said, but wait a second, who is boss here, me or my mind? Okay, I'm not going to follow it anymore. I'm not going to go with that anymore. Okay, it's very good. I'm not going to go with this anymore. So it kind of like just dismounted from this. Okay, then it says, I feel much better. Wow, why didn't I do that before? But still, its identity within itself is that it is a dismounter. I did this, and I'm still someone who did that to a certain extent. No? Although the results are good, it's better than previous, it's still inside the dome, the orbit or the realm of personhood. Do we follow this thing? Yes. Okay, so I would say, is there not the awareness opens up here, whereby the thing that was causing the trouble to this one changed because this one decided not to follow it and dismounted. Are those two images of equal value as objects of perception? The thing that was causing trouble to me as identity, and I dismounted. Should I leave you at the place of the one who dismounted, or can I say even behind this one, there's the watching that even the one who dismounted is an action inside the play of perceiving? So then, in what remains now then? You see? Again, I'm going to say it, because this is just the kind of thing when you start to look, somehow you start to feel sleepy, or somehow you can't remember what your question was, or you start to feel a bit foolish, or whatever. This is coming from the mind. This is coming from that serpent mind. It's as though everything to distract from really the recognition that you are none of this. It wants to give you a doggy biscuit to go, yes, I did a bit better. I did a bit better. And being a bit better is good, but it's still not what you are. Do we see this? Yes. So even again, I say with you that something recognized. I'm so troubled, like in the past I've had some better results from other retreats. I got different things, but this one really struggling with something. You see, I don't feel badly about that, because I feel it's still the consciousness is working, and it's kind of, it's coming out of, it's like a play, like I said, of light and shadow, and it's coming out of the gray area. It's coming back into itself. There's a lot of wriggling, a lot of history, a lot of in the personhood mode. So something is felt today, like, you know, it's just, this is too much. It's like, I'm just, my mind is just yup. I'm just not going to give it any more attention. I won't give it any more attention. I swear. Okay? So then, oh, wow, that was easy. I just stopped doing that. But who are you who stopped doing that? Is it the isness? You see? So it's still an idea of yourself that could go this way or that way. It is good in the evolutionary arena. But from the place of the isness, you see, sometimes we can forget that isness was an experience I have, but it's not so appropriate right here. I need to fight to get out of that. And you may miss the chance to see that that is also a shape of ideas about myself. You know, is there not a deeper space within which the recalling of what is happening, including the one who dismounted, and said that all of that is seen as a play in consciousness, and from the deepest place, actually, nothing has happened to this one. Can that be seen or not? Tell me.
Kind of. I'm not that clear.
Oh, okay.
Not that clear.
Okay.
I feel like this again when I was sitting there. I was just like, I just closed my eyes and I could feel. Oh, I can just rest in my awareness. Very simple. Very simple, and just getting aware.
You who are resting in awareness, are you different from awareness? Let's slow down. Not in a hurry. Yeah. The one who is resting in awareness, is it two things we're talking like we are in this room, there's you and the room, and you're in the room. Are you in awareness as a visitor? You know, when I am now resting in awareness. Awareness is the big thing, and I am resting in awareness. Are you resting in awareness as a visitor, or are you resting in awareness as awareness itself? Now, is the answer to this existing, or you are going to determine that? Is the answer to this existing? Like the answer is no. Actually, you are going to determine that. If your seeing is clear, are you say, yeah, now it's really much better because I'm resting in awareness. The one who keeps his identity resting in awareness cannot retain that rest, because by nature it is not stable. You see, now I feel resting now, and then something was doing so well, and then this person came along and said this and ticked me off, and then I'm back in the. You see, it's not dead. And is this person who is experiencing relief, is that who you want to be? Is that your ultimate reality? Is that who you want to be? You see, is that who I must address you as? Now he's having relief. Good, very well done. When I said, well, wait a second, isn't the relief and the apparent relieved one also images perceived in the same space of you? Because the minute you identify there, you staple that identity to yourself. Do you see this? Because this is the pitfall, this is the trap that is binding the beings of this world. You compromise for simply a better position when you are beyond positions. And we say, it's okay because at least I'm making another step. Yes, it's a step in innumerable steps. Be in the stepless place. You say, yeah, I don't get that. But even the feeling of the one who doesn't get it is a feeling appearing in you like so many other feelings have come and gone. So this feeling will come and it also will change. It is subject to change. And that in which this change will be perceived, is this one changing? Does this one go? And is it waiting for change? Does it have to dismount from anything at all? In the seeing of it, you see? But what happened is that there's still some sleep energy in us. There's still some charge in the identity, you see? That feels, but at least let me enjoy the rest, you know? It's a bit of a break than if I would be galloping down the road with this thing. You know, just, leave me alone for a bit to enjoy my rest in awareness. Is it like this? I said, no, but listen, you are there, you are the awareness itself. They say, yeah, okay, yeah. But the feeling, that the tangibility of the sense of personhood is kind of want to claim its little victory right now. But I'm saying, but you are not only bigger than that, you are everything, you are there encompassing everything. If you see from the place of the awareness. I'm not inventing this, it is there. But something feels, it feels very solid as a sense of personhood. And the person has made a bit of a victory today. It's become less heavy with its own projections. This is why I say the idea you have of yourself is suffering from its own projections about itself. You see, capable you are of watching from the awareness all of this. And then all this picture and these images believed in, which bring so much acidity inside the beingness, shortly will be nothing for you. It's nothing for you. But presently, if you hold identity, it is going to be torturing. But you took away the little victory I had. I said, you are greater than even being victorious. If you come to the place of thisness. And mind this play, this dark energies, it's like it doesn't, you see, and there can be, if you're not careful, if you fall on the wrong side and start to feel frustration, some people feel frustrations, and they start to somehow ferment these frustrations, and they start to find other people with other frustrations, and they make this gang of frustrated beings. And it happens, you see? And be very careful you don't get pulled into that, because mind, nobody is trustworthy while you are in the state of ego. No one. Relatively, it is relatively. But the self is not relative. You see? So this is your capacity. The capacity is in you, even in your play, to say, but wait a second, but yeah, this is good. I was following this thing, and then I just decided, no, this is not good. I'll stop it. And is that good? Yes, it is good. But what I'm saying is perfect. It is good that the person will survive to live other adventures in personhood. Or is it that you can see the whole thing, that you really, I can keep on living in the picture, the self-portrait of personhood, and the adventures and misadventures of personhood? Or are you able to see that this is just presently, that was this morning's feeling for a little bit? And feelings after feelings will come and go. But in the immensity of what is, they are also soon forgotten. Can you come to such a place that you don't have to sustain? You don't have to keep anything up. That is home, you see?
I would really wish I could come to that place.
Yes. Well, why not this morning now? We look again. You see? Because I hear you, and you say, yes, experiences I've had, but they've come and gone, come and gone. I am not one to give you anything that come and go. The world gives that already. I want to point you something that doesn't come and go. It cannot go because it never even came. It is here from before the beginning of this world. It's here. You see? And it's as though we are multi-layered, you know. There's a time when we can believe we are merely the body, and I'm the body, and that I am this, and build up a kind of pride around your sense of uniqueness. And gradually you come to see that, wait, you come to see, but that can be seen. All these ideas can be seen, And if I can see also that my sense of person seems to get very, very, what you may say, almost fascist about my own ideas. I'm so locked. There's no space for new ideas, and locked, you see. So nothing can come in, nothing can hold firm. But what suffering, what pain was produced. But something sees even this, and when that is seen, you feel already, so much space. I don't have to be that. That's just a shape that was taken when I felt I had no choice. It was just something unfolded. Now, being aware or being able to notice or being shown how I could simply observe something, then I see that I was never really that thing I thought I was. I just believed I was that, and I believed it into existence, and it became my experience. And now I dismounted from that, and I feel really good now. I feel really good. But this place of goodness is not stable in itself, because it's still the person's goodness. You see? And then something going to come another time, and then you're going to, by nature it's like this, another feeling comes and doubts come inside and stuff, and you think, oh no, it doesn't last or something, you see? Because these are effects in consciousness. These are clouds passing, you see? Even the present state of, yes, I feel so much better. Don't identify with this. This is just, it's a feeling. Okay, enjoy the feeling, you see? But is that not this feeling also perceived?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Just like the thing that it left is perceived, and the feeling come, now that is also perceived.
Yeah.
So effectively, it is a scenario or a movement, an experience that took place, and it is watched naturally. You see, we think we are not there, but you're there every single time you're here, but not aware that you can look from that part of yourself. And the more we're looking without the person, your looking becomes universal. It's your looking, your sight becomes panoramic. It opens up into this immensity, you see, and you're just watching the clouds passing. But more than be pulled into the drama or the traffic of sensations, something here, the beingness also, the vibration, the perfume of the beingness, it just reminds you of, but where am I precisely? I mean, all these are clouds dancing. I have no favorite clouds now. They are here because I am, you see. But where is my form? Am I a shape in something else? You see? And this, you see? So you admitted just now that even this relief also is an experience. It is watched. Yeah. And the sense that, okay, I dismounted and I'm in this position. But this position is also perceivable. You see? So if it is perceivable, to what is it perceivable? Who is perceiving the memory of the previous disposition, and then the sense of the one that dismounted from it? We may say the intellect of the being, or something in some higher, a deeper understanding within phenomenality sees that there's no point going with that and dismounted. Is that not still, you see? Is that itself not an object in the lens of the perceiving? And what is looking and perceiving that? Can that be contaminated?
No. No, it's very silent. It's
Yeah.
very silent.
It's very silent. Yes, yes. Does it have any characteristics that is fleeting? Does this now have any characteristics that may just change again and something?
No, no.
No.
It's more the tendency to forget that from that point.
Okay. So a tendency to forget that is not the tendency of that.
No.
Okay. So then the forgetting of that is itself then a movement, an idea arising in that, perceived by that. You see, it is again the position of the journeyer, the seeker sense that is saying, yes, but I have just to keep on remembering that. So if I gave you the job to remember that, then it is like I am consolidating with you that you are apart from that. But you are the very essence that is that. You are the awareness itself, not something resting in the awareness. That is an idea arising in awareness itself. An idea that there's something called me, the person, who, right now I'm just enjoying resting in the awareness. So there is still a duality that is saved in that. I am, and now I am here. For how long you can stay? Because if you're in the awareness, it must be staying there by some will, by some grace, but at some point you may have to leave, if you came. But whatever it is that came into the field of awareness and leave the field, that's not you. You are the awareness itself. You admitted yourself, I've always been this awareness. The awareness has always been there.
There seemed to be some kind of a very strong belief that it can't be true.
Yes.
Too good to be true or something like that.
The belief that it cannot be true and the believer are both phenomenal in the awareness itself. Just identity is claiming a position that there's just this belief, that somehow this just cannot be true. And because that is believed, and an identity is taking position as a believer of that, it creates the atmosphere of disbelief and give it a kind of sentient perspective, it's just hard to accept that is true. Whereas at some point you're going to say that one, apparently, who is saying that, it's just too easy to be true or something like that, when seen from the place of the awareness itself, that is nothing at all. But when identified with as a position, it's like, well, we're going to have to work on this. But when seen from and as the awareness you are itself, you see, something is kind of dreaming still. And this dreaming can continue in the awareness because the awareness is not dreaming. The awareness is aware of the sense of dreaming. Nothing touches you as the isness awareness. Are you a man at that point? Are you a father or a Catholic or a Buddhist or Muslim or Christian or atheist? What is a definition of you in this place if you listen to what I'm speaking?
There's none of it.
None of it at all. That is just your uniform. You see? A policeman goes home from work and comes home and now he's father. Not so much policeman, doesn't have a policeman in his house. Now he's father, husband. Okay? And then he goes to bed. And then father, husband is also gone. Wake up in the morning, father, husband. Puts on his clothes, policeman. We are wearing the conceptual garments of what we have been conditioned to believe we are. And it can go on, it's go on, because even in our state of ignorance, the Lord uses our ignorance and its expression to heighten the awareness of another point of consciousness. Nothing goes to waste. You see? But best of all is when you awake to the truth. As it is said, I believe in Bhagavad Gita, over millions of beings who are searching for the truth, a rare one out of millions, are searching for it in a way that it can genuinely be discovered. And out of those millions, which are called a few, rare is the one who finds it as it is. Why? When we are all it. What a mystery. You may think it's, but how unfair. How unfair. Why one out of? Why one out of millions? They say 7.5 billion human beings currently are contemporaries on the planet today. How many of us are awake to this? Are we making this up? Is this our fantasy? Or is it true? What else have you found that you have discovered and it has remained consistently what the view you have held about it? What has ever come to you and has stayed? Everything is coming and going. What is it that watches the coming and going, however subtle or ever gross? Is that itself coming and going? Because even the rotation of the states of waking and sleeping and dreaming and self-consciousness are rotating in something which is not rotating. Who is this something? What is this something? Your own self. And why is it so rare? Because it is somehow, this takes you beyond heaven itself. You don't need an object to enjoy. You are the source of the emergent joy. Maybe this is the real meaning behind the expression, to enjoy yourself. To be in the joy of yourself. Satchidananda, it is ever existing. It is conscious chid. It is blissful ananda. That is your perfume. You see? But something wants to, this dichotomy must appear in which you become a person, on a journey to self-discovery or whatever other thing a person is made to aspire for a time, until the aspirations become more refined, until the aspiration can be for freedom. Once this freedom taste is on you, like this, that freedom desire is going to burn every other desire. You see? It will pull you into this search, you see. I said before, if you step on a thorn, it goes in your foot. This thorn is hurting very much, it's painful. You may take another thorn to remove the first thorn. And when the first thorn is removed, you may throw both thorns away. Or you transcend them, you see. So, what is the first thorn? I am the person. Yeah, it brings into consciousness the sorrow and difficulty. But from a higher perspective, it's very important for the game. That consciousness being always, you have the advantage always because you are already the self. You have the disadvantages that you don't know it. And because of this, being aware of your awareness or being unaware of your awareness, we fall into this state after states after states, aspiring in them and exhausting our interest in them, moving to other states, hitchhiking from state to state. And the total movement from its potential to its actualization, all of it is perceived. All of it is perceived, and even to that one, the perceiving of all of that collectively is nothing but yet it is a divine nothing. So even as it's not nothing like, oh, it's rubbish, because the play there's an order there, there's a wisdom there, there's a harmony there, there's an intelligence there. And in that intelligence become the compass for all the consciousness to grow in, to taste, experiencing diversity, challenges, which we all need to develop spiritual muscle. And the spiritual muscle is the power of discernment, to recognize and discriminate between what is real and what is not real. And only as you're growing back into yourself, to the truth, your capacity to discern is heightened with such joy also. It doesn't become a task, it's just a joy to keep seeing, and to each time you're seeing reminds you, you're just here, I'm just here, I'm just here, until you don't need reminding anymore. This is the transcendence. This is the Christ consciousness that says, I have overcome the world. I didn't overpower it. It's not by violence, but by wisdom and understanding, by devotion and love. I won myself back from the grip of delusion. Where is this delusion? It never existed as a reality. It's the Leela of God, the play. And we cannot dismiss this play and curse it, because all of it is still divine. One time you say, this is an excellent play. Excellent. One time you say, thank you for my pains and my troubles, because without them I would not have aspired, the aspiration would not have come to be free from this realm of duality. And you see, one time it all tasted fine, as everything does in the beginning. But gradually, as I somehow experienced the sense of my autonomy as a person and the pride of it and everything, I found that somehow I was going deeper and deeper in my mind and not in my heart. Where did this aspiration came from? To even know this. This itself is grace. And you are never out of grace. It's just that somehow it has to come the way of seeing in the right way, and not seeing from the position of the person. The position of the person seeing is not reliable. From the seeing from the isness, it just is. You're not troubled by these things so much. But still, God may keep a sense of this, of personhood in us for a while, even though we know that we are this, and not just know it in an abstract or intellectual way. We know it in an experiential way, but still they keep some duality inside in order to keep relating to life and to somehow, whatever is there. That you can say, yes, I am the person and I'm not the person. I am the person and I'm the absolute. Jiva is Shiva also. And you see it, beyond just the sweetness of beautiful aphorisms. You see it. It is your truth. It is your truth. You're not even passionate about the truth. It's so natural. It's so natural. You don't have to be passionate about it. Just in the same way, you don't go around to each other and saying, "Look, I'm breathing." So yeah, okay, everybody's breathing. What's the big deal? So you don't have to be saying, "Look, I'm the self." Yes, when you for a long time have been sleeping and believing you're not the self, and suddenly realize you are the self, that enthusiasm will go for a while. Oh my God, thank you, I'm just the self. So, and then gradually you adjust to the fact that you are the self. You see, yes. This is it. This is what all of this is about. Why you came from wherever you came from. I don't know, each of you start where you came from, but grace brought you again to look into this big mirror, to see what you really are, and that to not to live in the disrespect of the great truth. You see, and to shun arrogance and pride and specialness. I say to those who are close enough to hear me, to say, abandon, give up even the sense of your rights and entitlements, because the ego will use it. So everything that comes to you, you receive it with humility and gratitude. You see the power in it. This is the wonderfulness of this gathering, And that we come together, look together, called by the same voice. And we're looking, you see. And I say, be watchful of the mind, because as soon as you come to such a place, where you are on the verge of your own awakening, the strongest forces will try and come to distract you. Will come to distract. It's too great. It's too great a thing. It's too great a thing, you see, for just the casual mindedness will not qualify for it. It has to be a yearning born in within you. You will go through tests. Every one of you have gone through tests already. To distract you, to put things come up, to get in the way, and so, but you still came. Because grace came with you. You see? And because somehow, I don't know if God has set you aside for freedom in this life. That, some people come to know, I am born for this, I am born for this. For a long time I was not aware as I am now about it. But I'm just here for this, you see. And it's not that you're dismissing the world. You probably go back and become a better mother, maybe a better employee, maybe a better different things, but you will not be proud about it. It will just be something that's happening spontaneously. Life unfolding fluidly and spontaneously. It's not driven by some doer energy. I am doing this, I'm doing... No, you see that life is taking care of life. What is your place? You see? It's so astonishingly beautiful. We think we have to make all these big sacrifices and you're not going to do this and you're going to beat yourself into shape. And no. For those who need to experience that they will experience. For those who can come to it more gracefully, through just openness and intelligence and humility, you will go through the door that you can. And here, somehow, with the emerging of the invitation and with continuing inquiring, all the artillery needed, everything that's needed to wake up, everything is there in service to your awakening. And if you have a feeling that, well, you left this place without really feeling the fullness of this or whatever, the seeds are there. And they will continue. They will germinate. They will sprout. Yeah, they will bear fruit. You see, some people come and they are gonna be finished there. You will not be repeating. You will not come again. You will not come back again in this way. Some, it's like as you're walking, it's like your life, you're walking through a shredder. Everything behind is just not because it's bad, but because as consciousness, you don't need even a history. You're so fresh. You're always fresh, so fresh. There cannot even be a history of this freshness. You see? And yet you have a taste of the personal life. You know what it's like. When people relate to you and refer to your being, you can taste, where it comes from, how it is seen. But you respond with kindness, Sometimes something wants to react for a bit, but a deeper intelligence hold that back and just say, no, bless that. When the reflex is to curse it, something says, no, bless it, let it go. Set it free. And they say, okay, bless you. Because even when you strike me, you bless me. You see? All this power is in us. All this power is in us. If you regard yourself as a child of God, you're not a stepchild. You see? So something, it's not that you can be proud, yes, as from this day I'm going. No, this one hasn't got this power. It's not the power of determination alone, but of understanding and grace. Because if it was just done on your own determination, you may retain a kind of pride. I did it. But you didn't do it. You were undone by it. You see?
I feel you undunning me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. What is prasad for one is prasad for everyone, for all. What is seen through one is seeable through all. Keep yourself open, stay in the universal consciousness. It is already what is, it's the most natural thing. Stay with that, let your life unfold with grace. Even those who may seem to be, play the role of being against you, your transcendence is going to bless them. And don't go to bed with a sore heart. Put yourself right. Offer everything up. Forgive yourself, forgive everything that happened. Carry no grudge. And life will treat you very well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mooji Baba ki jai!
Thank you. Okay, we are playing something. Thank you. If over the coming times you feel that some of the things that you feel intensely now is fading, then know that that which you witnesses, any sense of fading, that fading is not the real. You who witness and is not disappointed, just pure witnessing, not collecting experiences, simply you see. Be loyal, be one with that one. Because that one is not in search of anything, need not gain or lose anything. It's just like this. And, and trust also that all of this is not happening just by your effort, my effort, but that somehow your life has been called by grace and you have called grace to yourself, and this is helping you. Even as you sleep, you are maturing in this understanding. And of course, the voice of conflict will come, but it's not greater than you. If you hold to what I'm speaking, you must go across this. You must pass through this, cross over this little bridge, and just stay with it. It's not that you're forever now, you have to be fighting your mind. You don't. If we fight the mind, it's simply because we keep going back into the realm of personhood. And so it perpetuates the delusion of a separate self. But if you hold your ground and just keep looking, and remembering grace is with you. And thank God, thank you, Father, thank you that you are with me, and somehow all of this, how auspicious, what could deserve this, and somehow just keep dissolving into your infiniteness. Everything, you don't have to plan any day. No day you have to plan. Everything will unfold abundant in grace. And you will appreciate the bitter and the sweet things. You will not meet them as a victim, you see. You say, this is my kingdom, I can experience every part of my kingdom. And if I kept on talking to you about the greatness of the self, I cannot come to the end of it.
Take two. they're doing this, it somehow feels important to expose this fear that's been around for a few weeks and is it wants, or it's trying to prevent me from admitting to you that I am and I exist and that everything else is dependent on something and is in the world of change. And then whatever happens, I'll be there as you, and this fear is nothing. It's nothing.
And gradually it is thinning away. It's thinning away. The more you are confirmed in your true place, not by force, but just being confirmed, and it's being revealed increasingly now, because your heart is opened up, your mind opens up to it. The more it continues, then the fear is dissipating. You know, you may even inquire, what is the fear of and for? What is the message in the fear? And it might just be revealed to you. Maybe the fear is the sense of being annihilated, of coming to the end of my existence or something like that. But we have come to the end of many little existences, of ideas we held, the flow of life and death. We are not first comers, we're newcomers. It's the flow of the death of certain concepts, the emerging of other concepts. It's happening like this. But if you discover that isness, which is not the product of concepts, then you're not ruled in the kingdom of concepts. One day you can see all these things, all them. If you speak of the absolute, if it's just coming from the mind, it's only word from the mind. But when you have confirmed in this place, you know, even you don't say the word, your presence is somehow radiating the power of that understanding in you. You see, so just honor it, meaning somehow gradually something is honoring that, loving it, you know. Always, you know, acknowledging this, being with this, until gradually the need to acknowledge it, like almost a subtle sense of separation is there. And all of that, by its own time, everything merges in this. And don't be impatient about that. In every step of the way, you're in the right place, at the right thing. Just keep your focus on, you know, that you are never apart. There's no such thing as being apart from consciousness. It's the one thing of all the things in the world that can be known. This is the one thing. If you know this, everything is fine. You know, you'll bear witness to the truth of it, and to the momentariness of all appearances, the momentary here and goneness of the things we perceive phenomenally. And you will not cling to them. You'll have the strength to see life and death dance and not be threatened by that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mel.
Feels nothing. You're filling up my eyes, filling up my eyes, no form with which to hide you. Now, everywhere I find you, I am not my mind. I live like I was blind. Now, everywhere I find you. Now, everywhere I find you, filling up my eyes. I'm here. Everything is changing, but I am here. I see the rearranging. Endless is your love, is life. Life can't die. Life can't die. Your love can't die. No, life can never die. Endlessly am I. No place for me to hide, Lord. My presence is my life, as constant as the sky. I choicelessly abide. For this love I cry, Lord. I am alive. I am life. Om Namah Shivaya. I am alive. Om Namah Shivaya. I am life. Om Namah Shivaya. I am alive. Om Namah Shivaya. I am life. Om Namah Shivaya. I am alive. Om Namah Shivaya. I am alive. Om Namah Shivaya. I am alive. You're filling up my eyes, filling up my eyes. No form with which to hide you. Now everywhere I find you, I am not my mind. I live like I was blind. Now everywhere I find you. Now everywhere I find you, filling up my eyes. I'm here. Everything is changing, but I am here. I see the rearranging. Endless is your love, is life. Life can't die. Life can't die. Love can't die.
I love to feel you like this. Yes.
you.